Hello, my name is Iryna Petrus. I am from western part of Ukraine, very close to Polish border. I live in Lviv for past 12 years, and I was born in Brody, which is on a highway from Kiev to Lviv. So it's 1 hour away from Lviv. I am married, and I have a little child. Her name is Polinka. She's almost 5 in May. I will never forget February 24th when I woke up under the bomb attack. And first thing what I said, I woke up and I was like, what are those noises from? My husband was already dressed, and you could tell that he is going under like very huge stress. And he says, Ira, it's war. I was like, what do you mean war? It was like Russians have, came here and it's a huge fight in Kiev already. He was all dressed up and ready to go to work to make some decisions. They had to decide what to do, who's going to fight, who's going to stay and defend. I looked at my daughter, who's 4. Her name is Polinka, and I'm like, what do I say? What do I do? It took me a while, so I stood on the Thursday. Obviously, all day I spent watching news. I was still trying to cook, and I had some people who were running away from Kyiv. I offered them my home to stay with us. I was cooking a big dinner because there were 6 of them who would come to our house. I was accepting animals, cats, dogs, rabbit, and that's what I was busy, like communicating with people and obviously staying in news, and then getting in touch with relatives because I have relatives all over Ukraine. And yeah, kind of like went under huge stress, understanding what should I do, what decision do I make. And on Thursday, I remember that I was so confident that I will stay, that we will survive through it all together, that I want my daughter to be next to my husband and all of us just, stay together. But when my husband came home and we finally met those people who were driving from Kyiv. It is one of my friends who were running away, and it took them 18 hours to drive from Kyiv to Lviv, which in normal time will take them like 5 hours. They came to our house very exhausted, very stressed, because they were like going through tanks and Russians, Ukrainians. Like it was very stressful for all of us. But when they got to our house, my friend husband, who stood over there in Kyiv, sends like reality messages, like look what's going on, like that is happening now. This house is getting bombed. So we all really got very stressed about it, and that's when we made the decision that we should leave. We made a decision next day morning when Alyona, that's my friend name, her husband would send messages like right there from apartment, saying, "Look, you have to run away. Please save the baby. Please go. If I'm here, please go." And I remember I called my mom, and she also said, I have 2 daughters, and if one is in safe place, I have less worries to go through. And then my husband said, if I am called to defend and go to fight, it's much easier for me to overcome worries and not to stress about you being with a child under the ground. It was a very difficult decision to leave your home behind and your families, but you do what you have to do. I left my husband and I left my mom, who lives in Brody, which is like an hour away from Lviv. My sister lives in Rivne. She has a daughter and a son and husband, so all of them stood all together in Rivne, which is another 1 hour from my mom's town. So we kind of like all separated, and that made it difficult for all of us being separated and not, united at the same place. Lviv got, I don't know how to say it, like a better position because it's more close to, Polish border. Still, we got many places which got bombed, but those alarms and everything, all those news, like my mom would get headaches, high blood pressure, she did not feel well. So that would make me like really worried about their health condition, like mental condition. Same with my sister and everyone. Like they've been through very difficult experience. I call our case a lucky case because we had a chance to escape, but there are many people who had the chance and we kind of like didn't make it. And how the reality looks like. So I'm happy that they are safe, but kind of like safe under the war situation in Ukraine. My mom was so afraid because she does not speak English. So she was like, where do you go? I'm the one who in the family who went to schooling in US. I'm the one who speaks English and kind of like have friends all over the world. My sister never been abroad, and my mom also only country she visited was Poland. So they didn't really know where to go and how to run away. And we also didn't think that it will get that far, like close to, my sister place was bombed like right near her house, like, few miles away. And in Brody, where my mom lives, we have a military center, which was also bombed. And my mom could hear, like, how house was shakes. It was very stressful to go through that experience, and I'm sure for them it's even worse. But they still decided to stay. My mom said the only thing left, what she has. Under the stress, it does not matter which part where you are from and what nationality. It's just stress, and people react to stress in very different ways. When Brody, her native town, got bombed, I was like, Mom, please run away. Please come closer to my husband. Please manage somehow. And I would cry and pleasing her. She was like, no, it's my home. If I have to die, I want to be here. It was very difficult to accept that. And yeah, a lot of people from west part of Ukraine, they try to help as much as they can. But, west part of Ukraine, it's just like, it's a very little portion of what is the rest of Ukraine. So we cannot really afford like places, not enough places, not enough room, not enough supplies. So, but we are very lucky that we have Polish border, Polish people and other people who are hosting a lot of Ukrainians, especially those mothers with kids. I don't know what people do because many houses are destroyed. I don't know if they have place to be back. Well, most of them do not have place to be back. So the reality is different of what people might want. I remember that when I was driving to Poland with my friend who came from Kiev, as I said, it took us 30 hours. And I was thinking, okay, Ira, what do you do next? Because I had a family who would host us in Poland for a couple of days. And from there, I understood that, I have to do something else. So I remember that I said it quiet and was like, okay, what resources do you have? Where can you go? And at that time, a lot of people just started to offer help. And I got help from Alice and David Glass. They raised their hands. The family who hosts now me and my daughter in Texas. I got help from my previous employer who had a house in the U.S. and then in Mexico, who called me and said, Ira, come over to Mexico so you can stay a little bit with us too. I really wanted to go to U.S. because, I've been there 12 years back. I lived for 3 years. I have U.S. education. I kind of like speak English and I have lots of connections. I've been working for IT company for many years now. And there are people whom I know and who will help for sure. I hold U.S. visa, which is tourist visa, but my daughter did not have visa. It was very difficult to apply in Poland. Then I got to Mexico. It's same story. Like long lines, long queues to getting for appointment. And at some point, I just decided to cross the border from Mexico to US. As soon as I got there, I had a vision that I would like to apply for visa for my daughter. But since appointment line was huge, I guess the window was for end of July, something like that. And I was like, what do I do here? I don't want my friend who rents that apartment, to lose lots of money too. It's nice when people help, but when you stay there for such a long time, like you feel guilt. And then I thought, okay, if I'm in US and US president just announced that program for Ukrainians, that US will take 100,000 Ukrainians, right? I was like, wow, I might get in. And what I heard from all of my connections that US is hiring a lot. I was like, okay, that's something that I would love to do. I mean, go and work if there is possibility. But as soon as I got here on the border, I was told that with B1 visa, I'm not allowed to work. As therefore, for me now is it's a big problem because I would like to work. And if there is open position, I would like to apply, but there is no chances for me right now to do it legally. Therefore, I would like to change status or at least to have procedure how to do it. Not an easy way for now. To tell you the truth, I was told at the border that we were so lucky to hold US visas because all our dependents, like my daughter and my friend mother, got it very easily just because, we hold visa and those are our dependents. But with their humanitarian parole that they got, I'm not sure what really they can do here, right? They don't have medical insurance yet. It's very difficult to get into any public kindergarten or school. As far as I understood, it's very difficult to change the status for me now to work. So it's kind of like I'm here, but still not able to contribute, to do something. And I'm willing to work. I'm the one who really wants to work and be back to, at least, to do stuff so I can support more of my family who is there in Ukraine. First, it's very difficult to plan right now. In our situation, it's very difficult to plan what tomorrow will bring, but I would really want to go back home. We just bought a house a week before war, and we were saving money for many years with my husband, working like, crazy. And I would want to go home. I have such a big belief that we are not fighting with Putin now. We are fighting for a better future for all of us. And in the end of when everything is over, I think Ukraine is not fighting only with Putin. We are fighting for better future for all of us worldwide. I guess it's enough to be 50% here, 50 here. We have to have a strong position. We have to have courage to say, you know what, stop it. It's enough. Why should we have war in days like now? Why do we need to kill, another human being? What is all life about it? Is it about killing? Why don't we just live? I guess Jesus already paid all of it, so we have life now. But stuff like that has to be stopped. And I was asked the question, do you think that US or any country should do more now? My personal feeling, we don't need more. We need quality. It could be one little step, but it should be very brave. It should be very powerful for someone like Zelensky is doing now. Let's do this organizations that, will say no. Let's get united. Now we got united through prayers. Now we got united through support, loving. A lot of people did open up their hearts. So that is exactly the time that we take the bravery and do real actions. It's now. Because within a year or sometime later, we will lose it. People get demotivated. Emotions are not the same. We have to do something now. And it's not about more. It's quality. That's what is required now. I would first of all, want to talk to real people, to civilians, to all those people who host us, to all those people who share their paychecks, who share their homes with us. Actually, with those people who really do actions, those people who open up doors. They're not only going and saying, posting pictures and showing up, power. They're doing real actions. That's what is needed now. No one was ready for war situation. And those people who did open their doors to refugees, those are the ones who are doing real actions now. And America and United States is such a huge country. And if you look to it from different perspectives, right? Like business, take it from anyhow you want it. But we have to have those strong leaders. But those strong leaders should guide with wise power. They have to lead some kind of like new reality. You know what? Sometimes it's okay to be bad guy, just to stand up and say, you know what? It's enough. It's okay. But it takes lots of courage to someone, to stand up and say that. And if I may ask U.S. governors, presidents, people who run and, are close to those decisions, Ukraine is fighting not only with Putin. Ukraine is fighting for a better future for all of us. And I guess we have to stop it. None of us should go through war experience. Never. And it's time. We have this time now. We have to change it. Please do really brave actions now. When we win, we all will be back. And not only us. All those people who are watching news now and seeing all that bravery that Ukraine military and soldiers are showing now, all of them will want to come to shake their hands. Many of us will get on our knees just to say thank you for me being back to my home. But what I really want is that if I am already here in the United States, I would really wish that I can work. I don't feel that guilt. I can help my family over there. And United States needs it. It's a huge country. There are lots of openings. So please put the program where we can apply. We can do. It's good for economy. It's good for the country, for US. And at the same time, it's good for us because we can share money. Ukraine will be faster rebuilt. I would really hope that we have those procedures like in place real quickly, because it takes a lot of time to talk, and then real actions are really delayed. And people, like real Americans people, they are the ones who are doing now. They get to the border, they help people. If governors learn from those little actions, we will change this world forever in a good way. That's the feeling, but we got this time now. I guess it was well prepared some time back. We have to learn it because we will go another cycle sometime later. We should not lose it now. It's generation. It's time. Like we meant to be born now, so we have to do something now. And I would really pray and ask those people who are in charge for decisions like that. If you say, please, put up actions plan. Please put up procedures that we can apply. We can help both countries now. We can all get united, and we will. But for now, it's not really easy. What is sad and what it's actually in reality a bit apart for now. We have to get united, like we got united. Soul united and people got united. Same, we have to get united, like president with presidents, countries with countries, procedures. Has to be very simple. Has to be easy actions. It has to be little step, but it has to be a step. It has to be a real step.